gamer running. You can find me on Instagram at it's Mahdi. So that's at sign ITSAMAHDI. Actor, gamer, fellow friend on the internet. And that'll be me.
Hell yeah. And fire.
Hey there, everybody. I am Fire and Bone on Twitch, though I've yet to start actually streaming on there, and just generally around the Cyberpunk community. I also am on Instagram a little bit, where I post art that I've had other much more talented artists make for me.
And who are you two playing?
We should probably say that, huh? I'm playing Lookout. These are just my normal eyes, so you know.
And I'm playing Money, the Fixer.
Hell yeah. And I am Jaws, once again, the Solar Powered Bard. If you don't know who I am a cybersecurity, Final Fantasy, DJ, streamer, and Cyberpunk RED streamer as well. Um, I also do a few other things in the world and in the wild. I'm an IT consultant. I dance and make music and perform and such. Today, however, I will be playing Alexander Solomon or Externity, our netrunner of the team. Um, and yeah, hope you enjoy. We're gonna jump into a recap by fire.
Heck yeah.
Extra
So,
brownie points if you can do it in Lookout's character.
well, why didn't you just say so? I love me some brownies. Well, then, folks, last time on Nuclear Eddies, we went to a bar in preparation for our lovely little sojourn over to the night market because we are looking for the mysterious chip that apparently can alter the fate of the entirety of Night City. Allegedly. It's kind of like seeing Morgan Blackhand at the local bar, you know. Is it real? Is it not? But, anyways, we see a lovely performance. We get connected with the host of that lovely night market, and eventually we'll make our way over there. Looking through the various booths, and what do we find? But a familiar face, a lovely Mr. Merrick, who some of you may remember from our episode 1, where we got onto a boat and
Hmm.
made a little deal with this gentleman that we never saw each other, but we're going to help each other out. Merrick, who's selling all sorts of chipware, offered to sell us the thing we've been looking for the low, low price of 8 million. He cut us a discount, and we're like, oh shoot! Well, we can't afford that, so let's go talk to the people who can. We decided we're going to side with Mira rather than the father, mainly because Mira's prettier, has drugs, and doesn't seem like she's going to shoot us in the back of the head. Yes, that is intentionally ironic, because she does shoot people in the back of the head. While we were trying to head off a little bit of an altercation with Mira and the host of the night market, who apparently do not like each other very much, yours truly kind of snuck back into the stalls and convinced Merrick that rather than, sit there, he should come with us. And, just so that he won't be kidnapped or have his stuff taken away. So while the lovely externity and money were, trying to de escalate the situation, it kept building up and a firefight broke out. Me and Merrick were just kind of chilling in the car, drinking some coffee, talking about life. We're friends now. And we left off the session with the father, who is probably the antagonist of this lovely story, sending us a picture not only of our friend Merrick, but a picture of us. So I went ahead and gave him the bird out the window, and here we are.
Beautiful.
That was a lovely, lovely summary. Um, yes, with the fading sounds of gang warfare at your back, you guys were headed into the Glen, just slowly cruising around without much of a destination when you received the message. And I think we'll just start actually right back up in that car. Um, as you guys never really told me what you wanted to do after receiving the message. So now that you've had a few weeks to think on it, um, how do you
Just a
guys want to
few.
proceed from this point?
I want to do a scan.
Of the Grundy?
No, well, actually, why not? As well as, how close is this drone?
Uh, you can't see a drone.
Okay, okay.
And we see a man on a gyrocopter, which those not familiar is a two-person little chair thing that just has a rotor blade on top of it, which doesn't sound intimidating, but when one of them is holding a sniper rifle, it sure is.
There you cannot see any suspicious things in the air. I'll put it that way.
All right, all right.
Not even someone, taped to a lawn chair with some balloons floating up.
Well, look out. Where are we headed
Here's
anyway?
guys.
I was just kind of driving around until y'all made the plan. I mean, I kind of went off script back there, but kind of worked out. We kind of need to wait for the firefight to calm down before we can, be the middlemen, so to speak,
Mhm.
for this lovely exchange with Mira and Merrick. I'll just gesture over to Merrick, who's sitting in the passenger side with me.
Okay. So we're playing Secret Service for the time being, right?
Basically.
More or less.
Do you think we have time to stop at a Ripper Dock and gear up XE? As well as I need to install my reflex coprocessor. Merrick, you think you can be a little patient?
He's like, hey, I mean, as long as you're taking me eventually to where we can offload this thing, I don't have much of a problem. But I'm just warning you, if things get a little hairy, I might just have to pull a disappearing act.
Right. We don't want that. What do you think,
Well,
guys?
I'll leave you somewhere to contact me.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least drop us a
yeah.
contact.
Okay. What do you think, guys?
Sounds
I mean,
good.
surgery takes 4 hours, so if
Mhm.
he's willing to wait, I'm willing to. I'll hold off on mine just so you two can go together and there's someone kind of in the background keeping an eye on the situation.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right.
Okay.
What do you guys want to get this done at a hospital, a Ripper Dock? You know, obviously the main Ripper Dock area is
Mhm.
maybe not the best place to go right now, considering the
Uh-huh.
gang war that's taking place right outside. But
I think a hospital.
there are definitely some.
Oh, sorry.
All right. No,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's two major hospitals in Nice City. There's the City Medical Center, which is up in the Upper Marina, and then there's the no questions asked type deal out in Old Japantown at the Crisis.
I pipe up from the back. We might be able to use the corporate police and the MCPD to our advantage while we're if we're at a proper hospital.
Yeah, as far as anyone's concerned, we're not wanted, right?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
smart. Yeah, they wouldn't dare start a war outside the office, the hospital there.
Or if they did, we'd hear.
No kidding. We also might, for you guys at least, I know that mine's a clinic. You might want to check to see where you have to get it installed because I think the reflex coprocessor might require a hospital installation.
Yeah, I thought
I
that's what
could
the
be
voucher
wrong.
was for as well.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that we have to specifically go to a hospital as opposed to just hop into our local Ripper Dock.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Just gonna double check, but yeah, I vote hospital regardless. That makes sense to me.
All
Heck
right.
yeah.
That
Get
just
some of
leaves
that
the
great
question
coffee.
of combat zone or suburbs.
Oh, suburbs. Yeah,
Mhm.
probably
Mhm.
corporate better.
All right, yeah. So you guys are currently in the Glen. Would you guys like to get there through the urban zone or through the combat zone?
Let me pull up my handy dandy map here. Which hopefully will be added in post so the other people can know what the heck we're all talking about.
Bet.
You guys are heading to number 17 on the map, the City Medical Center.
Oh, see, now I have to make
Actually,
a
Darn, I'm using the
GIF.
conveniently
wrong
right
map.
by your guys. It's actually conveniently right by your guys' apartment as well. It is the nearest official building to you guys' apartment.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, we'll go ahead and head there then. And you said our options were either swapping straight through the combat zone or going through the upper marina, I think you said?
Yeah, currently you guys are over by the 2 marker on the map near the Glen. And so you can head up around through the University District, Little Europe, into the Upper Marina, or you could go through Old Japantown, Little China, and then into the Upper Marina.
I think it'd be safer to go up through the University District past neutral ground.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like the Hangman could probably potentially go to Old Japantown, Little China with plenty of reinforcements, but it's going to be a little bit harder for them to do that in the Corpo zone.
Yeah. Oh, and we actually don't want to go to Old Japantown either because we just, well, we didn't do anything to the Tiger Claws, but they're probably a little rowdy right now too.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
So, yeah, you guys begin your journey up towards the hospital, heading up through the streets. You know, it's a bit of a drive, you know, because you guys ended up leaving before the night market actually started. So it's still pretty early in the night, only about 9 p.m. And the streets are pretty clogged, so it's taking you a while to get over there. And Money, you can just feel your phone in your pocket, kind of like burning a hole in it as you leave the messages unread.
Or did you leave the father on red?
unread.
Oh no, he was definitely left on red.
Oh, you never actually responded to him. Okay. Well, yeah, I check my messages, well, my agent, and look to see what's the big deal.
Yeah, it's just a picture of Merrick with the father asking about him. He's like, "Who's your new friend?"
Gotcha. And this is Merrick at the market or currently like they're looking through our
At the
window?
market. At
Okay,
the market,
Okay.
not a picture of the Grundy.
gotcha. Uh, so guys, looks like the father is back in our lives. Probably had eyes on us at the market, and then I just show picture of Merrick to everyone.
Now that I'm looking at the picture, can I tell if it is a more aerial shot or if it looks like it was taken from somebody in a crowd?
It looks like it was in. It looks like based off the angle and because you're kind of familiar with the layout of the night market because you were just there.
Mhm.
It looks like it was taken from like one of the nearby buildings that like overlooked the square where the night market was. And it's just a picture of Lookout and Merrick as they were like on their way out.
Okay. That's good to know. And the picture of the Grundy that
No picture of the Grundy.
no picture of the Grundy. Okay.
Okay.
I
He
misunderstood
does,
last session
but the
then.
father does know what the Grundy looks like because
Yeah.
he's
Oh yeah.
explicitly asked you to not bring it to the church.
Last session I just saw it as there was like a little
Me
drone
too.
behind us, like flying with us, and he was just basically taking us a picture of saying like, "So who's your new friend?" Like picture of
Yeah.
Merrick and then a picture of the back of the car
That's what
to
I
be
thought
like, "Hey,
too.
I'm right behind you, bud."
No. It seems like
So
just someone on his payroll is taking pictures.
All right, all right.
I know we want to work with Mira, but I also know father is no one to mess around with. What do we do if he gets in the way of the deal?
I think it's just a time crunch.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like hopefully once we give this thing over to Mira, the father's going to be so focused on doing whatever with her that he won't pay us much mind. I mean, I mean, half of us are nomads and we can make room for you money. Like if we need to get out of the city for, a couple weeks, maybe a month or so till things die down, that's an
Yeah.
option.
Okay. So we should just kind of play it cool, sort of double agent style. Should I just let him know? Yeah, Merrick is a close contact who will get us closer to the chip or something.
That's
Yeah,
reasonable.
something like that.
Yeah.
Might have information on the chip.
Yeah.
Kind of
Gotcha.
got him out of there for various reasons. You're the talking man. I'm just
Yeah.
the driver.
I'll figure something out.
The less you can mention
Um,
about the chip, the better. Try to dissuade him.
are we? But aren't we still on the hook with him?
Not really. He just asked us to look out for it,
My
but with a
impression is
threat,
that
kind of.
yeah, my impression has been like, hey, we're not exactly working the job, but it's like, hey, if you happen to see this thing
Mhm.
kicking around, I'll pay you a fee for having found it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll play dumb, and I pull up the messenger part, and I text back to father. Yeah, we were at the night market looking for some gear. This guy seems to be uh pretty in the know as far as tech, and I just send that.
All right. As you send it off, you get a quick reply saying, "So, not much closer."
And I replied to what? Question mark.
Yeah, you get a very quick reply saying, "I'll get funny now. The chip."
Nah, I've asked around a bit. Seems like everyone's focused on that Militech shipment that just arrived, but haven't heard anything yet.
He says, "Oh, is that right?" And your phone starts blowing up with a few more photos. So I'm gonna describe them briefly now.
Okay.
The first one is a picture of you, Jin, and Mira. While you guys were all conversing angrily. The second one is of the hanged men storming the night market and arrive, and it's like them surrounding Merrick's empty stall. The third one are more pictures of the hanged men. This time not at the night market, but they seem to be at some Tiger Claw headquarters located around the city. And it looks like a full-scale gang war has kicked out. And the final one is of a man, a media, bent over Jin's body outside the night market. And he seems to be recording something. And yeah. You want to share these pictures to the party?
Yeah, I like stare at my phone for a second, and then I like send them all to everyone's agents. I'm assuming we've got Merrick's contact now, so I send it to him as well.
He doesn't have an agent.
He doesn't
Oh,
have
that's
an
right.
agent.
That was a big point of contention in the last session.
That's right. Oh yeah, I show him the agent, and I send you all the pictures, and I'm like, I think we're in a little deeper than we realized, boys.
Yeah, and as Alexander looks at the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
there's a familiar face in the last one. You recognize the media who's
Oh.
standing over Jin. It's Reginald Next Storm,
Fuck this guy.
and it seems he's on your trail.
You hear me say, fuck this guy.
What?
What?
Fucking Reginald. He's here in Night City. Well, I knew he was in Night City.
Reginald, who's that? You talking about the media guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what, you guys got beef?
Oh. Yeah, we do.
Well, spill the tea, damn it.
You see him start to like pull up some do some things on his computer. 1 second, and I have a slideshow for you.
Slideshow. Okay.
Just pull down like a video screen on
Right.
the dash.
In front of the windshield, like you can't see.
You're just driving by osmosis.
Hey man, I'm connected to the vehicle. If it's got
Right.
cameras on the front,
Oh yeah,
we're good.
true. True. The parking cameras. That's next level. That's a Nomad right there.
Man, I
navigation
can't
by
believe
parking
Jen's
camera.
dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Thought
not
that was gonna be the missing
surprised.
contact in Japantown. Now there's a power vacuum in that area. Well, I mean, I guess she just ran that. She was a frequent at that bar. Oh well, lost a business contact. But I guess we kind of screwed that up anyway after taking Merrick.
You guys get one final message from the father. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, hold on. Let me find this real quick.
Fuck man. So now we have the father
Hmm.
and Mirror, a bloodthirsty mirror on our trail, and it looks like there's a gang war all over, basically the outskirts of the combat zone. So
And
we
a hostile
really gotta,
media.
yeah, and we definitely don't want the rest of Night City to know about our escapades.
100%.
About that,
Yeah.
the father tells you guys to turn on the network.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Jeez, turn on
Up
the
on Network 54 on the, well, just for the sake of roleplay, we'll say that I have like a video like board that I watch cartoons on it somewhere in the Grundy.
I
I
got
just
you.
pop it on.
Yeah. As you guys flip on the broadcast, you see the media's face pop up. He seems to be preparing. And, right around the time you flip it on, he begins his speech. He says, "This is Reginald, Next Storm, here today to bring you a more shocking story than any I have uncovered yet. After tracking a shipment suspected to contain crucial information to put a group of nomads behind bars, I found myself in the middle of a firefight between two well-known groups out in the south of our dear city. Everyone knows the Tiger cause and their noble cause of protecting the streets from the influence of scum and violence, like that perpetrated by the new gang in the south, known as the Hanged Men. It seems that a legal market, set up by the Tiger cause, was attacked by these outlaws, who were called to the scene by a group of shady individuals looking to bring ruin to our dear city. A fight over some very dangerous cyberware broke out, in which Jin Yu, a community leader, was gravely wounded by a woman named Mira Giles and her band of marauders. They weren't alone, however, being aided by a cyber criminal, Alexander Solomon, a drug peddling broker, codenamed Money, and an unknown man with a pink mohawk. Pictures can be seen on screen. You see pictures of you, Alexander, and you, Money, captured from what looks like nearby CCTV cameras, as well as a approximate drawing of Lookout. The Tiger Claws are offering a reward, 50,000 eddies for information on the chip or any of these individuals that may lead to their recovery, or 10 million eddies for the delivery of this dangerous cyberware itself. We'll be covering this case as more details are discovered, so stay tuned. This was Next. Capital T.
So we were talking about getting out of the city for a little while, just not too long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
um,
Drug peddler. I'm no drug peddler. I'm a fixer.
I text Xena. Um, do we have extra space in the Grundy? You might need to grab my sister.
Yeah, y'all can fit
Uh,
5 people in.
Yeah, someone will probably be a little more crammed in than the others, but
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Merrick's
get.
a skinny dude.
We're gonna have to use your Nomad contacts. Look out. I got nothing, no current business going on in this city, so I'm ready to dip whenever. Merrick, you all right with laying low a little bit longer till we figure out what we're gonna do?
Like, how long you trying to get out the city for? I
Till
mean,
we
it
figure out
seems
a
you got the
plan.
contact of at least one person who's willing to buy on the spot.
Right,
yeah, I mean,
Actually,
Oh
it
yeah,
sounds like you guys got 2 people who will buy.
right. There's
we're
2
securing your
Y'all
million.
set me
safety.
up with your preferred buyer. I'll head over there right now. Don't worry, I can concern myself with my safety. But I mean,
Valid.
y'all are talking about weeks to a month. I can't wait that long outside the city.
No, no,
This
no,
is
no,
not
no, no,
stuff
no.
nah, I
that
get
needs
that.
out of
I
my
get that.
possession.
Just don't want to be on the road while the entire city's on red alert for us right now. Is all. Um, But you're right. The 10 million eddies, I mean, we could just wipe our hands clean of this issue, but we still have the father to deal with.
Well, to be clear, we're not getting the 10 million eddies. We're
No.
maybe like getting the 50,000 at most. We're getting a finder fee. Heck no! If we send him over to Mira, we're not even getting a finder fee. We're just getting her off our backs.
Mm-hmm.
True. And if we don't
And,
get it here,
Then the
go
chip
ahead.
gets in the
I was
father's
gonna
hands.
say, speaking of, you get one last message from the father just saying, "Come in. I'll send the car to your apartment."
He said, "I'm in."
He said, "Come in."
Oh,
Like
jeez.
report in.
I don't think it's father's asking us to come in again. He's sending the car. I don't think that's such a great idea. Unless, I mean, we would just have to deal with Mira afterwards, but we'd probably get paid.
Yeah. It's all right with you. I think I'm gonna change directions here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we want to be hanging around the island for too long. So
Yeah, it's probably.
I'm gonna head off into the suburbs and just head us straight for the Aldecados camp
Yeah.
That
because
sounds good.
at least we
Alright,
can
yeah.
trust them.
I'll tell
Screw the
Sounds
Xena.
hotel.
good, yeah.
I'll tell Xena to meet us there too.
Alright. Yeah, y'all change course, and you were already nearing the upper marina, so it's a pretty short drive out into the suburbs, and you begin heading down to the Aldecados.
I have a question, GM.
Beautiful.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I can coordinate with Lookout at a stoplight or near a gas station on some side of the street, they have public terminals. I need to get into within 8 meters of that because I want to send out some decoy information about our whereabouts and where we're headed.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead if you want to stop at a public terminal. You're more than fine to do that. Do you want to stay in the car while you do it, or?
Yeah. Only need to be within 8 meters.
Mhm. Yeah, and luckily there is no description of the Grundy actually out because it was parked decently far away from the overdose, and Jin actually never saw it.
That's good.
Perfect.
Just for the disguise purposes, I think, assuming that you roll with the idea with tech hair, you can change your hair color. I'll change it into something not of the red variety, so people can't mistake
Okay.
me for it.
All right.
Um,
And yeah, so you guys pull up outside the terminal, get done
so
what you want to get done.
we're here. I want to roll.
Uh-huh.
I want to utilize my agent, and I want to utilize a library search. I think that's my first role to get as many form sites or community data pools that are connected to this terminal.
Mhm.
Well, first, do you need me to do a net run? Do you want me to do a net run, or do you want me to just do it through rolls?
Um, um, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I would like to do. I would love to do a net run because then I could just set a virus and call it a day.
All right, yeah. So, what type of virus are you attempting to establish? Because that'll determine the difficulty.
The only thing I want to do is I want to set something that randomly pulls from the data pool, collects forms, and sends out random whereabouts based off of random geolocations. Um, so it'll be like in a forum post, it'll create an account and be like, we spotted them here, and it's in Pacifica. And then an hour and a half later, it'll send, we spotted them here, and it's in, wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
Just random
Yeah,
geolocations.
I mean that's fine. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this underway. So I assume firstly you're gonna want to jack in.
Yeah. When I jack in, what do I see? Is there something in front of me?
You're currently in a empty room, and there is a room in front of you as far as you can see.
All right, cool.
I'll describe the net architecture as you get into it.
All right, bet. I'll roll a Pathfinder. 6 plus 4, 10.
Okay. 10.
Mhm.
All right. So, you are able to determine more about the net architecture. You see that there are. So, I'm gonna just describe this as if they're kind of like tiles on a map.
Mhm.
So you're on tile 1. Uh, in a vertical line from tile 1, there are tiles 2, 3, and 4.
Mhm.
And then to the left and right side of tile 4, there are 1 tile each. This would be 5 and 6.
Okay, cool. Were there any passwords? Any doors along the way?
Mhm. So there is a door leading into 5 and 6
Okay.
on each side.
That's cool. It's
Um,
like a mini.
yeah, it is. Excuse me. 1 second. That was my first net action. Second net action, I would like to go ahead and spin up both my worm program and my armor. I'll
Okay.
start both of them so they're running.
Yeah, that's good. You see a little, I'll describe what they look like. You see a little
Thank you.
golden worm appear next to you. It's because of the nature of the architecture and how it kind of distorts
Mhm.
size and vision. It's not the size of a regular worm. It is big.
Mhm.
It comes up to about your waist, and it kind of just wraps around you.
Mhm.
Um, and then your armor, a shimmering kind of like projection of
Mhm.
like medieval style armor appears around you.
I would like to change it to Moorish armor.
All right. You are able to control how that
Yeah.
looks. Okay.
Sick. Cool. Those are my net actions. If something happens in the net, it happens in the net now.
Yeah. Nothing happens right now.
Sick. I'll step forward to the next room.
All right. You step into the next room. Do you wanna? You don't wanna cloak or anything. You just wanna just walk through.
Yeah. I click when I leave.
Okay. Yeah. You go in. There is nothing in the room. You can proceed into the next one if you wish.
Perfect. I sure will.
All right. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so inside of this, you find a control node.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, can you tell what the control nodes are connected to? I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're able to tell that this control node is connected to the cameras around the gas station.
Perfect. I want to go ahead and assume control of that.
Mhm.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
If there's a control, I can't really do much else, but I imagine there's definitely a daemon nearby. So I want to take control of this control node and
Okay.
run back the footage to a day ago, deleting today
Okay.
and stalling it,
Mhm.
putting it in a pause state
All right.
for 20 hours.
So yeah, you gotta go ahead and roll for that.
Yeah,
Roll the against the DV of the node.
yeah. That is an 8.
You succeed. DV was 7.
Beautiful. And then I back up and step into the next room.
All right. As you step into the next room, you encounter a black ice lying in wait for you.
Hello, I say.
So go ahead
Lookout
and
is very
roll.
confused because Alexander just said hello randomly
Right.
next to him.
I begin streaming my
Roll.
encounter to both of their agents.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Get your interface and D10. Do
Yep.
you have a speed bonus? I don't think you do.
No, I don't. It's an 8.
Okay. All right, 8. And let me roll for the black ice. Hold up. Let me get my dice roller out. Wrong dice. Oh. And it got a 6.
Nice. What type of black ice is it?
It is a anti-personnel.
Okay, cool. Then what I shall do. Uno momento.
Wait, let me describe it
Porfa.
real quick. Which anti-personnel is it? That is the question. It is a typical asp.
Okay.
So it is. You guys can all just see a massive cobra. This thing's at least like twice the size of our lovely NetRunner in the Architect, and yeah, you can see like green halo kind of or a green aura radiating out from it. And it's got like these bright green eyes.
Sick. Well, since it doesn't get its first attack on me, I want it out of my way. I'm gonna use one of my net actions to start my sword, and then my second to attack. 3d6.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, there's no way. That's triple sixes, man.
Ooh.
That's a Night City
Ooh.
Tarot in most of its
Ooh.
situation.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh, do I reroll? You don't.
I mean,
I've never critted
I
on the net.
you. I, I don't even know if these things can be. Listen, I'm gonna just say, okay, you in your shimmering like Moorish armor with your what type of sword? What type of sword is your program?
I would say I carry around like a staff or a cudgel with a sharp pointy blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you have this, and it's not like one that you hold. This thing is like it's like when your sword program is rezzed, it like floats above you. It's like a projected like weapon, like the size of your entire body. And you just see this giant weapon like reel back and swing down onto the head of the cobra, completely knocking it down and crumpling it into shimmering golden dust.
Perfect. Is there nothing else in this room?
You are in room 4 currently,
right.
so there are the 2 passwords. Little door.
Yeah. Then I will turn towards I'll pull up a dice roller real quick, and I'll turn towards the right. And try to crack that password.
All right, go ahead.
Backdoor checks +2. That's 6 for 12.
Yeah, DV10, you are successfully through the password. You find yourself in the room number 6 of this net architecture, and here you are able to set up the virus you were looking for.
Perfect. I want to step back and head over to 5 and break that too.
All right. As you attempt to break,
Yeah.
roll.
That is 8, 9, 9.
All right. You fail to.
Perfect. I'll run it again.
DV.
Yeah. There's no threat right now, right?
No.
Cool. That's better. That's a 12.
All right, you successfully crack it, and because there's no like files or anything to really be corrupted, your failure doesn't really matter.
Right.
So as you enter, you find a second control node, which seems to control 2 different turrets around the gas station. It seems to be some sort of defense area.
Perfect. Okay. So you see me run back to the bottom of the architecture,
Room number.
in room number 6, and begin writing a virus. The first stage of this virus is to create accounts, shell accounts from a random generator pulling from ambient data. I don't care how it gets it. A list of geolocations based off of the terminal's geolocation, and like variations of it, and a link to next video. Like I imagine he has a VOD out already. And so it'll be the link. It'll be we saw them here, the geolocation, and I'll put that on a random timer between 1 and 3 hours. So like every 90 or whatever minutes, a new person says that they've cited one of like this. And the second stage, since I got through this pretty fast, I want to run a line under the architecture to the turrets, and give us like a passphrase that I can input if I'm ever near this turret again, that we can use the turrets to our advantage.
Yeah. What passphrase do you want to use?
Password 1.
No, never. Like a 32 character long passphrase with
Random assortment of
that
characters.
I saved to my deck. Like
All right. True NetRunner right here. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna need you to roll for that.
Yeah.
And I'll be good to
Oh, that's a 10.
that is
So 14, and then you do crit on those.
that is
14 plus 6,
yes,
20.
so roll. That is a success.
And the last thing I want to do is cloak before I check out. Which that is an 11. And then I safely check out.
Yep. And that is the first successful net run of the campaign.
Nice.
How many turns
And
was
for
that?
those of you who are unfamiliar, like that's the thing. Like you did 3 turns, so that took the span of like 10 seconds. And on top of that, you were basically, when we're watching you, you're going at like 3 times speed the entire
Right.
time. It's like
everything that happens in the net is like very cartoony. It's like a Looney Tunes episode in there.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite part of the net. I can't wait till we get to net combat and I get to describe like people throwing cartoon dynamite at each other.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
A representation of like the attack that's happening.
Yeah.
I like that.
Meanwhile, then you pop back out to the actual combat happening outside, and you see an actual stick of dynamite.
Right.
So you're like, oh god.
And then you're like, oh, that was lookout.
Oh no. Also, what's good, Queen? We got
Yeah.
Toxic Demon in the chat.
Yo.
Yo. Can I find my fucking map? Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. So you guys are pretty. I mean, it takes about 20 more minutes of driving, but you guys make it safely to the Aldecado camp, and you get a text from your sister, Alexander, that says that she'll meet you there.
ETA, I say back.
She says about 15 out.
Okay, cool. I set an alarm for 20, so I could start worrying then.
Yeah, you guys have made it to the camp, and this is the most important Nomad outfit in the entirety of Night City. The most well-connected at their biggest base of operations. You're looking to make your way out of the city, out through the Badlands, survive. This is the place to be.
Oh yeah.
Well, if we're gonna make any kind of deal, we should be much more prepared than we have been in the past. I feel like we're in the beginning of some major superhero movie about to take on the city.
Yeah, but at that part where they're gonna get beat down, so they can see like, oh, I've got to like be a little bit more serious about this, and then they get better. You
It's
know, right
all
before the best friend dies.
oh god.
Oof.
I'm gonna
On
put
that
that
note, gonna
away.
send messages to my various family members in the city, like, "Hey, you don't know me. You
I
never knew
can't die
me."
yet. I gotta save my friend. That's the only reason I'm here, man. Not just the money, but uh no, I think this is just the beginning for our little crew. This is our chance to make a real name for ourselves. For me to expunge my name as a lowly drug peddler.
Oh yeah, speaking of what I was mentioning before is you guys got reputation now.
Yeah.
So
Here's
Yeah.
a good question though:
money.
do I have reputation because I wasn't identified properly?
You have a reputation of 1.
Mhm.
I like
Money
it.
has a reputation of 4,
Oh damn.
and Alexander has a reputation of 3.
Okay.
I mean,
So
no
yeah,
I'm
so you
okay
guys
with
have
that.
all began to gain notoriety. Maybe not for the best reasons or
Right.
the
right.
reasons you'd prefer, but your name is out there and people know it.
Yeah.
So who are we gonna offload this chip to? We've got choices now.
I still think we should go with Mira. I shudder to
Agreed.
think what the father can do with this unknown chip of unknown power.
I shudder to think what the father can do to us.
He bleeds, I imagine. So we have to deal with that.
I don't know. It could be one of them full Borg
Oh, he
people.
could be full Borg.
Well, Mira
He
bleeds
has
too,
like no visible cyberware, by the way.
Good to know.
like me.
Right.
Uh, well, should we just contact her and say we have what you're looking for,
Wait,
Yeah.
and
but
then try and meet in some kind of open field, or like,
I
or have
mean,
some kind of
I don't want to
room?
bring trouble to the family's doorstep necessarily,
mhm,
but my cargo container is effectively right across the street there. I think it would be a good combination of we're close enough that we got a hell of a lot of backup
mhm,
available if we need it, without directly inviting a bunch of the hanged men right into the Aldecado's camp.
right,
Part of the reason why I was saying we should get out here, because it gives us a little bit of a fair advantage
right.
with some allies of ours, rather than South Night City, which is crawling with them.
Gotcha. I
Um,
like that.
another reason I said, hold up, even though we're not at a hospital, we are at one of the biggest nomad camps. We might still be able to get our
They
work done.
gotta. Yeah. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Well, we got a little
I mean,
time, so
well,
yeah.
yeah, it's up to you what order you want to do it in. If you want to shoot the text over, have her meet you there, or you want to get your cyberware done first. If you want to get your cyberware done while she's coming over, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We can go ahead and get her on the way, and then go get our cyberware done.
It takes 4
Be-
hours. And it'll
Oh,
be
Yeah.
no.
unless you want to leave the dealings up to lookout, you'll probably have to get your cyberware done after the deal is done, or you'll have to wait to call Mira.
Hmm.
Both have
let's do
their
it.
own.
We're at high noon. We're about to make the deal of a lifetime. We got some rep. We got a backing. You know, I think we're in a good position. We'll have to deal with the father later, but we can do that.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. What exactly do you want to say to Mira?
I pull up my agent, and I'm like, uh, "We've got what you're looking for. Meet us, meet us at high noon. Dot dot dot."
Oh,
And then I send a message. I don't even know what time it is,
It
but
is about 10:30 p.m.
oh yeah. So meet us at high noon. Um, Aldecaldo's camp, and I send.
Not
send
Aldecado's camp.
no, yeah.
Hold on. Let me actually pull up the proper document, and I'll give you the right name.
We
From
should
the lovely
also
supplement.
oh,
Good.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, from the lovely supplement at Cargo Containers and Cube Hotels. We are in the East Cargo Village.
Noise.
East Cargo Village. Okay, gotcha.
Someone should
Cargo site
also
So,
number, etc.
hmm,
Someone should also inform the avocados of what might possibly go down, so they're not caught off
Oh,
guard.
most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that once the message has been sent off.
Bet.
So yeah, I send that
Yeah.
dot, and I send you said it was the construction zone? Or what was it? What'd you call it? Lookout?
The East
East
Cargo
Cargo
Village.
Village.
East Cargo Village, yeah. And I put East Cargo Village in a little pin.
Mhm.
And yeah, just saying we're not looking for trouble.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you include the price?
Yeah, quick message back.
Well, with
You already told her
Mirror,
about the price, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah, we
yeah.
told her about it.
10 mil.
No.
Forgot about that part.
You guys, yeah, you guys get a quick message back. She says, "I'm on my way as fast as I can. Won't bring too much trouble. I already know I can handle you three, so only bring one guard with me."
Okay.
It's
I
gonna be
don't
the biggest
respond.
guard.
Right. So she'll probably be here. Probably it took us like what, an hour to get here. She'll be here in under an hour.
Yeah.
So
And
we
she's
got a
probably
little bit
coming
of
a bit
time.
more direct, so
Yeah.
You're just gonna see the dust billowing in the distance. All right.
yeah. I will set them up in my cargo container, which, is fairly clean, like done in the Nomad, like leathers and art style type stuff. And then I'm gonna hop across the street to the Prime Aldecados camp and find. I'm not sure if there's any official lore on the like actual Aldecados head person or how they're set up, but you know what? I'll just go find my parents. Like, we have
Mhm.
them.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to mom and dad.
Yeah. As you guys, as you kind of head into the camp, no one gives you trouble, obviously. Like, you're at least a familiar face to some of them. It's a very large encampment, but word gets around about the good people of the Aldecados,
Mhm.
and everyone seems to know each other in this family. And obviously, you know where your parents are, and you make your way over to them pretty quickly.
And I imagine that they're either in some like combi, so like larger truck that has like a cargo container that's set up for housing,
Mhm.
or maybe just like a RV type situation. I'll walk up to the door,
Yeah.
just knock on it.
Mhm. As you rap on the door a few times, you hear slow footsteps paddling over, and you see the door creak open, and little 9mm just poke its way out, and you see your dad's head kind of poke around the corner.
Hey, Dad. Appreciate
Hey,
you
he
not using the
says.
shotgun this time.
He's like, "Oh, you know me. I'm trying to, get into a few other types of, self-defensive arms, of course. Can't always be relying on that buckshot to, hit my targets."
I know what you mean. I've been trying to use a little bit of the pistols a little bit more, especially with me out there in the city. Anyways, you mind if I talk to you for a second? I got a situation that's going to be going down at my cargo container across the street, and I don't anticipate any trouble, but there's a lot of eddies on the line, and knowing that the family's ready to have my back if need be would be very much appreciated.
So it's not just another big party that might get out of control, could set fire to something.
No,
More
no.
serious.
I told you last time I was down here, I got set up with this crew of externity and money. Well, money's acting as a middleman for a pretty substantial deal, type of deal that gets you set up for, a few months, if not longer. Unfortunately, it's with some unsavory people, let's just say that. And I said, why don't we have it over here at my apartment because they're based in South Night City and we didn't want to have it on their turf. And basically, the idea is like, I'm not anticipating any trouble, but if the family wouldn't mind just having a couple of the normal patrols, maybe taking a break, like where they could be seen from my container when the other party shows up, I'd mighty appreciate it.
Yeah, he says, I mean, anything for you. I'll inform some of the higher ups and see if we could get security a little beefed up, a little more visible tonight.
I'll appreciate it. And once that's done, I'll bring the boys around. I think Externity's sister is coming around too. She's a med
Mhm.
tech. I'm sure, like, be a great people. Set them up. We got that fresh food from all the stuff. They're used to eating kibble. It's absolutely terrible. We need to get a good meal into these people, is what I'm saying. Oh, Externity and his sister are actually sea nomads, so we can
Yeah,
exchange some stories. It'll be real great.
yeah. Metacore here. I raise my hand around the corner.
Yeah.
Sounds good. He says, "Sounds good." Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Just try to be a little quiet. I don't want to wake up your mother right now, but
I don't know how they're.
I'll go talk to him.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And with that, I will head back over to my car container and fill in everybody who like chilled out here about what the situation is. That
Mhm.
it's not exactly like they're going to be sitting out there like armed, giving them the eye, but it's definitely going to be the implication of there's a hell of a lot of my allies real close. So let's all behave. Merrick, you know anything about the Aldecados?
He just kind of laughs a little. He's like, "Ah, you know me, man, fresh off the boat. I don't know shit about this town, about this city." And he says, "Yeah, I just came over from Needle Isle out in the South Pacific.
Mm.
So,
Oh
what
shoot.
y'all got going on over here in the former states? None of my, not on my radar."
Gotcha. Well, we'll bring you. I was talk to my dad while I was over there. I'd bring you all over there after the deal's done. Get some, proper food because Nomad's got that like fresh food connections. Figured you
Mhm.
might want a nice meal. They can fill you in. If you're gonna be like this side of the coast for a little while, you can probably talk to some people who can give you a better idea about what other areas are like that. Maybe even arrange transportation. We're always happy to, have a person stick around on the ship, on the not the ship, boat, not boat, vehicle. That was a player error. On the vehicle, especially if they can hold their own.
He just kind of laughs a little. He says, "Oh, no, no, no. The only reason I came to this city was to bring this ship. Once this deal is done, I'll be right back out the way I came. I will never hear from you again." And that bit I told you about where I'm from,
I was
keep it
about
to
to ask.
yourself. I don't like to appear on the radar.
Of course, man, of course.
Didn't even hear it.
Is there anything else you guys want to do? You got about oh, actually, uh as he kind of says that, you hear a rapping on the door of the little cargo crate.
Mhm.
Um and you hear a little voice call out, "Alexander, are you in there?" And you hear that it's your sister. She's outside.
Oh, perfect. Do you have like a little viewport? I really need a
Probably
camera.
not, sadly.
Darn. I'll still grab my gun and creak open that door.
As you kind of like peek around, you just hear your sister say, "Why are you pointing that damn gun at me? Put
Oh,
it
I
down,
wasn't
Romeo."
pointing it at her. I just had it like behind me.
Just vaguely in her direction,
Okay.
not at her.
No,
No,
no, I
no.
would never. Uh, but yeah, I'll peek in, see her, and usher her in. What's good, sis? You good?
Sorry, my roommate just walked in. Can you
Oh, you're
like
good.
run that back?
Oh yeah.
Where's
No, yeah. I peek it. I see that it's her and no one else is around, and I like
Uh-huh.
pull her in. Not pull her in, but usher her in. And I'm like, "What's good, sis? You good?"
She's like, "Yeah, why'd you rush me down here? I mean, what's going on?"
Check your agent, and I send her the video of the next report.
She like looks it over, and you see her face like cringe as she sees next
Hmm.
on the screen, and then she turns to you. She says, "What is this that you got wrapped up in?"
So there's a couple conversations we have to have. Money. You want to
I
talk
was
about
gonna
this?
say you saw the news.
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, the news is pretty accurate. It's pretty
First of all,
solid.
don't believe everything they tell
Yeah.
you.
I
We're
mean,
not drug pushers. There's one time, as you know, we got wrapped up with some of the heavy hitters of this city, and long story short, we're middlemaning a pretty big deal going down, but um, as you saw that bounty reward for information and for said technology, um, it's pretty tense. You could probably cut the tenseness with a butter knife. So we got to make sure everything goes smoothly. Sky Merrick here's got what everyone wants, and we're gonna protect him, make sure no one gets hurt. And we just wanted to keep you close by because, like, as you know the whole city is looking for us. So
Yeah, Nex is here and he knows you.
She's just kind of sighs. She says, "Well, I guess. Why y'all hanging out at the cargo container instead of at the camp, though?"
that's a good question, actually. Aren't we in good territory?
Well,
Um,
here's the thing: we don't want to invite trouble right into the camp.
yeah.
That's
And
true.
this makes it like think to yourself, oh, I've got this big deal going on, and I'm being invited to go right into the HQ where they outnumber me like 10-1 at the bare minimum. Make you think maybe something's
Mhm.
going on. I figured this place is close enough that it's like, hey, it's enough of a middle ground that they'll feel comfortable, but at the same time we have backup right there.
Speaking of, Xena, if you want, you can go ahead and head over to the camp. I mean, I know you're capable, but this wasn't your fight in the beginning.
She says, "Yeah, I think I'll head over. See if they need anything and see if I can stock up on some new wares coming through. Get my kit refurbished while I'm here, I guess. One thing I can say is that this place
Yeah.
has the best connects."
Hmm. That is so very true. Yeah.
And yeah, she heads out to go over to the camp, and you as she heads out, you get a little text from Mira saying ETA 5 minutes. Um, is
All
there
right,
anything else
five
you guys want
minutes.
to do before she gets here?
I'm gonna step out right outside the door of the Connex, and
Uh-huh.
I don't smoke, but I'm gonna like kind of cowboy style lean on it, look out at
Uh-huh.
the
I think
horizon.
I'd actually, somewhere to money, like to be outside when this deal is going off because I think those cargo containers have one entrance and it doesn't feel like a good idea to
Yeah,
be trapped in a metal box.
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, so you guys, or Alexander, are you gonna stay in? Because Merrick's stepping out as well, as he's pretty
Um, h-
crucial to this deal.
how long away is the? How far away is the camp?
I, oh yeah.
Like
Walking
across the
distance.
street,
Cool. I would have probably
like
walked
a
Xena
15-minute
over
walk.
just to
All right, yeah,
yeah,
you walk her over.
and I would have walked back within the time.
Yeah, you walk back, and yeah, you guys are all just chilling outside. Merrick's having a quick smoke. Um, and as you guys are just kind of waiting there, waiting for D-Day, you see a car pull up down the street, start rolling slow, the fancy sedan. Um, Out the passenger side, you see a woman with long black hair and a long black dress. Now at the rear, you see one of the largest men you've ever seen,
Hmm.
Of course.
behemoth you recognize.
Hmm.
Your day at the Slammer.
I
Yep.
called it.
It's Mr. Justice. You're, you're up. And he looks ready for a fight. You can see blood is still running down his knuckles from whatever he's been getting up to this evening. And you can see a fresh new cut from his cheekbone to the bottom of his chin, still bleeding. He's a ferocious man who you most certainly don't want to mess with.
Probably
And
going to be
begin heading
interested in
over to it.
punishing us after this whole altercation.
Oh boy.
I forgot about that.
I did not, don't you worry.
Please, thank you for reminding me.
Of course, of course.
Um, I sort of s- take a few steps forward from the Connex to sort of meet halfway, and sort of I look at Merrick, who I'm imagining is not too far away from me, but um, not armed per se, but I've got my down on my back, and everything, just sort of waiting. And that's Rohan we're looking at, right? The bodyguard.
That
Rohan,
is Justice.
Justice. Okay, gotcha.
Rowan was the bodyguard to the councilman.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Who's now dead.
That's right. Gotcha.
And he's actually being contained currently in the Danger Girls offices under suspicion of collaboration with the murders. But yes, as she kind of approaches, no small talk today. You can see a cold look on her face. She says, "You finally have what I fucking need. You just led me into a great deal of trouble over some false flags. Hasn't even been an hour, and you have the gall to hit me up again. You better go down right now."
So tense, Mira. Way I see it, we're easing a little bit of tension, and you've been stirring up enough trouble on your own, I think. Is that right?
Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
gotta
you're
respect
the
my
one who
decoy.
zipped over.
I have no idea what it is you're talking about, Money.
Nice revolver, by the way. And I motion for Merrick to come forward. So you do realize this is gonna cost 10 million, right?
Says, "Yeah, I got the cash. You know, the high priest, he's willing to shell out any number of eddies for this."
Okay. Well, when I see those eddies, I'm sure Merrick can transfer the goods to you.
She says, "Electronics transfer good enough for you?"
Sounds good.
All right. And she reaches into her pocket, pulls out a chip, and hands it over to Merrick. And she says, "Now your end of the deal. Hand over what we're looking for." And you see Merrick reach into his briefcase, pull out a chip,
Wait,
and hand it over to Mira.
wait. Do I not have it? Do I have it? Do I not have it? Well, I still have it. I want who's being handed the chip from Mira?
Mira is handing a chip to Merrick, and Merrick is handing the chip to Mira.
I pipe up, and I go, "Money, Merrick, Mira, just out of things for the deal. Do you mind if I check the chip?"
I look
What
at
do you mean
them, shrug.
You hear Merrick say, "Oh, what do you mean check the chip?"
I mean, you can slot it if you want to. I'm just cautious. It's really up to you. I don't
I
care.
trust him. I mean, listen. I trust the pretty lady.
Wonderful.
And
So do we.
she knows better than to slot my chip. So
Yeah.
I think it's all good.
Wonderful.
And
I
I'd
step
like
back.
you all to make me a perception roll.
Perception check.
Yeah. EV 18. I'll tell you that right now.
20.
I'm gonna go ahead and add 4 points of luck to this.
16, and I'll hold on that.
21 for me.
Nice.
All right. So while Money is having this deal go down, you two look around the area just to make sure nothing funny's going on. Both of you catch a glint out top of one of the nearby towers of containers.
Fuck.
It seems someone's got eyes on you. Now that is what you see, or Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
What Lookout sees as he's looking the other direction, he catches a glint and a flash. As it seems someone is capturing this moment on camera. And we will get right back to the consequences of those two actions after we take a quick little break.
Perfect.
Oh,
Fantastic.
dude.
Perfect.
Don't
Then
worry,
they
I got a
have been
plan.
edited.
Me too.
The chip has
So
exchanged hands, but it seems people are catching on.